Power Battles.
Play the PlayStation 2 had a Star Wars game.
Battlefront?
No, I didn't play that one too, but I think this one was more Jedi related.
Was it Jedi Power
Battlefront?
Battles?
You could be a bunch of different characters, right?
Yeah.
Battlefront.
It was like a shooter game.
So,
Yeah. I read his already recording.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I guess we're here for an update on where we are injury-wise and like what we've been doing to kind of rehab and just move us along and how we've been training through things. So
It's been about 2 weeks since we.
yeah, roughly
Is that right?
since we about 2 weeks since we videoed.
Yeah.
I think it went out last Thursday, so it's about a week since people spoke to us. But Matt, what do we got going on?
I'm squatting, I'm deadlifting, I'm chasing gains. No, things are just feeling a lot better. Last time I was having limited range of motion, like inability to straighten all the way and like bend my knee all the way. And I still haven't tried to get into like a hero stretch and put all the pressure on it, but for the most part, I'm able to squat just below parallel. Like I kind of start feeling like pressure or discomfort when I get there, but I'm able to do what I need to do. I'm just kind of limiting range of motion right now. I haven't gone full depth yet just because I just don't feel all the way prepared for it yet. I don't feel like my knee's prepared for it, but I'm able to modify my training as much as I can. I've been doing a bunch of leg press, getting a big quad pump. So I know I'm really happy and pleased with how things are. Sometimes you just need to like give it some time to heal. So that's kind of what I've noticed is when mine flares up, for me, I tend to kind of be over aggressive with things. So for me, and like if I was a treating a patient who was like me, I'd be like, hey, just chill out for a little bit, do some more upper body work, and now I'm starting to feel pretty good. So I'm happy with where I'm at.
Yeah. What's the next step?
Keep loading. I mean, so I think before this happened, I was probably doing 275 for sets of 10, like on back squats, and then this past week I did maybe 245. So I'm gonna slowly work my way up, probably like 10% a week, probably just to keep like going up. But it's really just gonna be as much as I feel like I can tolerate, and I want to get that depth back too.
Right.
So I haven't decided yet. Either I stay the same weight and just try to work on depth the next week, or I'll probably go up in weight.
Probably go up.
Yeah.
Keep
So,
progressing, keep pushing it.
yeah.
Back off
Yeah.
if it hurts, right? And then just keep rolling.
But a lot of leg press, like a lot of things that just like feed the system stability right now, rather than like doing step ups or anything like that. I've been doing a lot more like controlled, even like I guess isolated stuff, and it just feels good.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yep.
Nate?
So quick reminder, I had 2 things going on. Partially torn long head bicep tendon in my right shoulder, and a weird stabbing thing in my right butt when I used it. It's like heavy squats, heavy deadlifts, that kind of thing. So the shoulder is feeling a bit better. It doesn't hurt all the time through the day. It only hurts when I do dumb things like try and demonstrate stuff on the pull-up bar, or like if I reach too quickly, external rotation doesn't feel good. Still can't really demonstrate overhead squats at all. Like it hurts to get overhead and externally rotated. That really doesn't feel good. But it has improved. It was hurting pretty much all day long, and now it only hurts. Sometimes I'm still doing mostly blood flow restriction training for my upper body. And then for my lower body, the glute seems to be getting better. I haven't tried like really heavy back squats yet. I've done a few heavy front squats, and it didn't hurt doing the front squats. So I did some heavy cleans this weekend, and there was no pain. They weren't really hurting anyway, but I don't seem to have lost strength that way. And so I'm decreasing the amount of blood flow restriction training I'm doing with my lower body because it just sucks a lot, and I don't want to do it. And I'm doing more in the gym, like pause squats, so it's lighter than like a heavy squat, but it's still hard because I'm pausing. And then like I stole Matt's banded leg press idea. It's great.
Dude, so good.
So just like just trying to like maintain muscle mass, maybe even increase muscle mass a little bit, and not re-aggravate it. So I haven't tried like heavy deadlifts, heavy trap bar deadlifts. Those were kind of the worst, but probably add those in this week at some point.
What about like hip thrusts? You tried any hip thrusts?
I haven't tried hip thrusts. I don't know how much I get out of them. I could probably add them in.
But your symptoms kind of come on I guess
It's
that's
like
more hip extension than that.
Yeah,
right?
It's like when I lose my upright position in the squat, or like I start that way in the deadlift anyway. I don't know. It's kind of so if I'm deadlifting from the ground, right when I hit around my knees, it starts to hurt, but I can pull from just my knees and it doesn't hurt at all. Like I got up to like 650 the other week, and that had no pain in my
650
glute.
what?
Like a rack pull, 18-inch deadlift. Yeah.
That was super casual.
Just casual. Yeah.
And did it change from like the different types of squats? Like you mentioned front squat not bothering it, but what about like the low bar versus the high bar back squat?
Those are pretty equally bad.
Yeah, both of them
if I went,
equal.
If I went heavy, if I went up to like basically anything over like 315 was hurting.
Right.
Even front squats were starting to hurt, but I did some heavy front squats last week and they were fine.
So things are improving based off of what you've been doing. Now, what's planned for the next week?
Start going heavier and see where that threshold is, and then start just like bumping up against it. If I need to, I'll probably keep in one lower body blood flow restriction training session a week, just so like I'm not really crushing myself with like heavy squats multiple times a week, because that's what I tend to just like start squatting heavy over and over and over. So I'll probably keep in one BFR and then probably add 1 or 2 days of heavier squatting, some squat variations like probably front squat, back squat, low bar, and then some sort of like weird. There's some cool bars at AE Fit where I've been training, so probably some of the cooler bars.
Right. Yeah.
That's good.
That'd be good.
Yep.
So again, same as Matt, we're going to progress load now and then see how it responds.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, progress according to how it feels.
Yep.
It's interesting. No one's talk about foam rolling or like
weird, right?
Right.
Yeah. No hip traction.
That's all right. I'll go ahead and talk about rolling and traction. No, so running, everything's been going really well. I just ran my furthest ever, I think like 8.9 miles, so almost 9 miles. No real issues. I did have some discomfort around like mile 6 or 7. Same kind of area. Lateral side of my right knee, kind of where the hamstring insertion is. I did find that on my run, if I like put pressure, like pinpoint pressure on the glute med as I was running, that sensation would kind of come and go. So I'd get some relief for a little while, and then it would come back. It wasn't enough to stop me from running. It never increased to like 3 or more out of 10 pain-wise. It was more just discomfort. So I kept going and no issues. But I do think it's more sciatic nerve, whether it's low back involvement or the gluteal muscles or whatever it is that's going on back there. I think it's more of a result there. I mean, obviously I'm going to lean on these two to help me identify that. But some things that I'm doing to help manage that before I talk to anybody else is basically just doing some soft tissue work in that area to make sure that my hamstrings, my glutes, and my low back are trying to, limit the muscle guarding or the tightness of those muscles day to day. I'm also going to load them, so I'm doing monster walks, I'm doing a lot of single leg activities, single leg bridges, single leg rear foot elevated split squats, step ups, lateral step ups, just trying to make sure I hammer my glute med. I'm also going to continue doing some hamstring exercises. I'm using the BFR for additional hamstring work. And then I am also doing BFR, walking on the treadmill to just have additional volume on my legs without really beating them down too much, without having to get an extra run in. And all of that seems to be working fine. So it's just now trying to determine if there's a root cause of that discomfort that I'm not aware of. And if not, just kind of keep going down the same route. As long as I don't progress too quickly in my runs, it seems to be fine. Like if I'm running 4 days a week and one of those runs has a little bit of discomfort, I think I'm okay with that. I imagine, just like with any exercise program, as you progress, there's going to be points of soreness and periods of time where you have to kind of step back a little bit. But all in all, it's been progressing in a linear fashion pretty much week over week. So we'll just see what happens over the next week.
Yeah, and I'd say the purpose of why we do this is just to tell you that pain is normal and we all experience pain. If you were to walk into a gym and ask, hey, who here is experiencing pain or discomfort? If not everybody's raising their hand in some way, shape, or form, you're in a room full of liars, because we all experience it, and it's just how we manage it and how we train, or how we manage our training around that discomfort is the key to it all.
Yeah, and it's not like in a bubble or in a vacuum either. Like, you know, I might have pain one day, and if you ask me today, I'm going to tell you about the pain. But a week from now, if I haven't had any pain, you ask me, I'm probably going to say I'm not in any pain. But we all, throughout a training cycle, or, you know, like, we're all going to experience discomfort and pain. And so, again, just how do you attack it? You work through it, you work with it, and don't let it stop you. You just have to get a better understanding of why it's happening, and then make sure you're trying to put a plan in place to address it, and just keep grinding.
Yeah. Keep grinding.
That's it.
Yeah.
Good.
Oof. Let's talk about Star Wars for 20 minutes.
Yeah.